ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिनि। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्यत देशतारिणी। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। नमो ब्राह्मण देवाय गो ब्राह्मण हिताय च जगत हिताय कृष्णाय गोविंदाय ते नमः। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतिषे नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। रामाचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन, वेलकम टू टुडेज क्लास।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण। हरे कृष्णा. So I think today we will complete prayers of King Satyavrata. So there are only 3 verses left. 2 verses, 52 and 53. And yeah. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktirbhavati Naishtikim Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीगुरु दीनदायनं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं। जयो श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 8 चैप्टर 24 वर्स 52। सर्वलोकस्य सुहृत्प्रियेश्वरो हि आत्मगुरुर्ज्ञानमभीष्टसिद्धिः तथापि लोको न भवन्तमन्धदिर् जानाति सन्तं हृदि बद्धकामः। त्वं सर्वलोकस्य सुहृत्प्रियेश्वरो हि आत्मगुरुर्ज्ञानमभीष्टसिद्धिः तथापि लोको न भवन्तमन्धदिर् जानाति सन्तं हृदि बद्धकामः। त्वं सर्वलोकस्य सुहृत्प्रियेश्वरो हि आत्मगुरुर्ज्ञानमभीष्टसिद्धिः तथापि लोको न भवन्तमन्धदिर् Janati santam hridhi baddha kamaha.
Janati santam hridhi baddha kamaha.
Muralidhar Prabhu, please read.
Hare Krishna. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My Lord, you are the supreme well-wishing friend of everyone, the dearmost friend, the controller, the super soul, the supreme instructor, and the giver of the supreme knowledge and the fulfillment of all desires. But although you are within the heart, the foolish, because of lusty desires in the heart, cannot understand you. Purport. Herein the reason for foolishness is described, because the conditioned soul in this material world is full of materialistic lusty desires, he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although the Lord is situated in everyone's heart, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hridaya Deshe Arjuna Tishtati, it is because of this foolishness that one cannot take instructions from the Lord. Although the Lord is ready to instruct everyone both externally and internally. The Lord says, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. In other words, the Lord can give instructions on devotional service by which one can return home back to Godhead. Unfortunately, however, people do not take this devotional service. The Lord, being situated in everyone's heart, can give one complete instruction on going back to Godhead. But because of lusty desires, one engages himself in materialistic activities and does not render service to the Lord. Therefore, one is bereft of the value of the Lord's instructions. By mental speculation, one can understand that one is not the body, but a spirit soul. But unless one engages in devotional service, the real purpose of life is never fulfilled. The real purpose of life is to go back home, back to Godhead, and live with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Play with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, dance with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and eat with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. These are different items of Ananda, spiritual happiness in spiritual variegatedness. Even though one may come to the platform of Brahma Bhuta and understand his spiritual identity by speculative knowledge, one cannot enjoy the spiritual life without understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is indicated here by the word Abhishta Siddhi. One can fulfill the ultimate goal of life only by engaging in devotional service to the Lord. Then the Lord will give one proper instructions on how to go back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Just read the translation. My Lord, you are the supreme well-being friend of everyone, the dearmost friend, the controller, the super soul, the supreme instructor, and the giver of supreme knowledge, and the fulfillment of all desires. But although you are within the heart, the foolish, because of lusty desires in the heart, cannot understand you. Okay, so which is this sloka? Famous sloka? Krishna is well-wishing friend of everyone, and he is the dearmost friend, controller. And remember, chapter 5. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the supreme controller.
Bhoktaram Yajna.
Yeah, can you tell that full shloka, Mataji?
Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Jatva Mam Shantim Rachati.
Yeah. So what does Krishna say there? That I am the Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam. So he is the supreme enjoyer. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. So whatever we do, so finally the enjoyer is Krishna. Whatever the yajnas are done, even if the people do it for different devatas, finally the enjoyer is Krishna only. Krishna is only we are doing indirectly actually. No, Krishna says that whatever we do, the people are doing indirectly, but ejante avidhi purvakam, he says, right? So even if we are doing to any devatas, it's finally going to Krishna only. But why not to do Krishna? So Krishna says there. So Krishna is the supreme enjoyer, Bhuktaram Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. That I am the controller of all the universe, not just this universe. I mean, there are many material universes, right? And all different planets. So Krishna is the ultimate controller. So we have so many controllers even in the material world, but Krishna is the ultimate controller. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Surudam Sarvabhutanam means he is the friend of all living entities. So whoever we see that even like Gajendra being an animal, no, he also took shelter of the Lord. So who, because Krishna is, for Krishna, everybody are same. We human beings and all the other 84 lakh species are same for the Lord, right? So who gave him the supreme knowledge? So Krishna gives the knowledge within the heart, right? So Krishna says in chapter 10 in 2 verses. So anyone knows? I know Veena Mataji will know. Anybody else? Where he says that I will remove the ignorance from the heart. No? Krishna says, one who is engaged in the devotional service, Krishna will give the intelligence and he will remove the ignorance. What is the shloka? Tesham satata-yuktanam bhajatam priti-purvakam dadadi buddhi-yogam tam yena mamupayantite. So one who is engaged in my devotional service, I will give them the necessary knowledge, Krishna says, to come back to me. And in next shloka, Krishna says, Teshamevanukampartham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayamyatma bhavastaha jnana-deepena bhasvata. So out of mercy, no? Out of mercy, I give them the necessary knowledge so that they all their ignorance is removed. What is this ignorance? Ignorance is forgetful of Krishna. So this is our ignorance, and this is being discussed here. So he's saying that because of our foolish desire, only we are not able to understand the Lord. So when we are purified, only then we can understand Lord. Actually, recently we had His Holiness Prithu Maharaj, right? So Prithu Maharaj is a direct disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and we were fortunate to hear him in the Bhagavatam class every day. So he was mentioning one thing that Krishna reveals, I mean, even to understand Krishna, one should be having some qualification. Based on our qualification only, the percentage, like the revelation happens, the spiritual realizations. So, like I may tell only by understanding the philosophy, not the real realization, right? But then there are, when you advance in spiritual life, like when we are engaged in pure devotional service, only then for such people, their what to say, their determination is fixed, their faith is, no, we are doing, but I don't know, maybe like many of you may be very, there are devotees here who are really more serious than me also. Like if I have to take name, I don't know everyone, but I know one Prabhuji, Ekambar Rao Prabhuji. So he is so dedicated. I think even Murlidhar Prabhuji that day was mentioning, like these people are already so exalted, like how many, more than 9 hours he was mentioning the other day, he mentioned engaged in devotional service, right? So how are they getting that to do that? Krishna is giving that intelligence, right? Because when we are cleansed of all the lusty desires, then only Krishna reveals himself. So Krishna says in chapter 10 also, one has to be free from attachment, vita, raga, bhaya, krodha, anger, and bhaya means fear. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha, manma namamupashritaha, bhavo jnana tapasa puta madbhava magataha. So maybe many are who are not taking the class or anything doesn't make them any small, right? Because they are not coming to the platform of teaching, but they are so much engaged in devotional service, right? In the, like, personally they are doing. Though yes, in our movement it is encouraged that everybody has to preach, at least to the family members or to your own circle. One has to, if you are not able to give online class, if you are not comfortable, at least you can give to your children, or if somebody has grandchildren, like that, right? So what does it show? Like the pure devotees like Srila Prabhupada always fixed in devotional service, right? So even when he was a small child, he was having attraction towards Radha and Krishna. His father had given him the deity, and he used to perform the same devotional service, whatever his father performed. He used to copy as a child and do it, replicate it, right? So all this comes because of Purva Janma, no? So, however, just like how our karma comes, like we have to suffer in whatever we did in the previous lives. So, similarly, even the punya also. Punya means these are all sukruti, right? As it means spiritual credits, which does not get uh, dissolved, or it does not get over like papa and punya. It's a different account, right? Spiritual, so it goes on life to life. So whatever we do, it is carried to the next life. So that is why whatever little we do devotional service or we do the chanting, so all these things will help us. Though we may think, okay, I'm not advancing in this life, or I'm not able to dedicate my life. Like there are people who, like in temple, they give everything, and they're like even His Grace Aishwarya Mataji also, right? So how come having a family also, she was very qualified, and she's a gynecologist. She gave up everything, and she's in temple serving the Lord. So all this is coming from the previous life also, not just this life. And so they're really fortunate. And here, if we think, if we see, so Krishna says here that dadami buddhi yugam tam yena mam bhupayandite, right? So I shall give the necessary intelligence so that they can worship me. So why are we not able to do it? Even Krishna being a great devotee, on our behalf, Krishna asked in chapter 3. Krishna says, Arjuna asked Krishna in chapter 3 that अतकेन प्रयुक्तोऽयं पापं चरति पूरुषः अनिच्छन्नपि वाष्णेय बलादिव नियोजितम्. So he says, so see, we know that what is right, what is wrong, and we know that devotional service is the highest, but still why are we not able to fix ourselves? Why are there so much distractions? Actually, when I was reading this, I was only asking myself, so why is that not able to do? So it says that, so we have to, it is because of our weakness, the senses and mind. No, when we are not able to focus completely our mind and senses in Krishna, so these distractions are there. So how can, there it is said, Krishna says it is because of lust and Krishna says in next this one, asamshayam, no, not that one. What is the shloka? Atakena prayukto yam papam chariti purushah nityanapi vashneya param kamayesha krodayesha. Krishna says it is kama, that is the lust. It's only the lust and kamayesha krodayesha and the anger, because when the desires are not fulfilled, one gets anger, right? Kamayesha krodayesha, which is coming out of mode of passion. So mostly this material world, we are all in this material world. We are because of the mode of passion only, because that is the water. It is said in the chapter 15, Krishna says the three mode of nature, sattva, rajas and tama, no, these three are the nourishing this plant, which is this material world is growing, which is having, based on our mode of nature, we are getting birth in different what to say, in the as different living entities in different planets, no, based on the mode of nature only. So the one who cultivates sattva guna, he can more and more, he can go to the higher planet, or if he is in devotional service, he can even go to Krishna Loka, right? And there serve in 5 different rasas with the Lord. So we see here, because it was mentioned in the somewhere, like how one can engage, you know. Yeah, these are different items of ananda, spiritual happiness in spiritual variegatedness, right? So we see like that desire we should have, that we have to go back to Krishna, no? And we have one want to dance with the Krishna, no? Prabhupada is giving here the real purpose actually of life is to go back to Godhead and live with Supreme Personality of Godhead, play and Supreme Personality of Godhead, play with, dance with Lord, eat with Lord. So we can't even imagine like how blissful it would be, because we are trying to see happiness in this, which is coming out of our sensual pleasures, right? So in the material world, everything is temporary. So how do we, if we reflect, like, because no, we have to accept that we are controlled by our mind and senses. So what we can do to come out of it, like Prabhupada has given us, like the chanting of the holy name. No, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he being a supreme Lord. So when some Prakashananda Saraswati, right? Prakashananda Saraswati asked him that, why are you not reading Vedanta? No, why are you always chanting? No, like a mad person. He is always chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So actually, he says that it is because of out of humility. He says this is for us actually. He says I am chanting because my spiritual master considered me as fool number 1, and because it's very difficult in Kali Yuga, not easy to understand because the intelligence is of the people are not so good that they can understand the Vedanta or the real purpose of studying Vedanta. But then the chanting is simple, and he tells him that, and I have realized it just by chanting, everything was revealed, all knowledge was revealed to me. So we see, like, even in the case of who is that? Who is the guru of Saraswati, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada?
Some Babji Maharaj, some
Gaur Kishore Babji. Yes.
Gauri Kishore Babji.
Yeah, I was not getting his name. So it's Gaur Kishore Babji Maharaj, right? So he was not any qualified in the sense materially, no education, but he knew all knowledge. Like our Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada was a scholar. Like at the age of 7, he knew complete Bhagavad Gita, and he knew so much of he was qualified. But then he took Bhakti Vinod Thakur, his father. So he tells him that you have to make your Gaur Kishore Babji Maharaj as your guru. No, so he when he tries to go there 2-3 times, he rejects, and finally he accepts, and he's the only disciple in his whole life he accepted, because he was like a Bhajananandi. Bhajananandi means always chanting the holy name of Lord, so much engrossed. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada says that my Guru Maharaj, like he knew everything. There is no question that he could not answer, whatever he asked, because he was a scholarly, and we know like so many, what the writings, if you see, of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, it's very difficult to understand, not easy. So much knowledge he had, but whatever question he asked, his Guru Maharaj had the answer. So how is this happening? Because Krishna is giving from the within, because they are able to see or hear what is Lord saying. But our condition is we are not able to hear, because our desires are more it is over, it is what to say, surpassing the spiritual desires, this materialistic desire. So Krishna says in chapter 2 one very nice verse: आपूर्यमाणमचल प्रतिष्ठं समुद्रमापा प्रविशन्ति यद्वत् तावत् कामायां प्रविशन्ति सर्वे स शान्तिमाप्नोति न कामकामी. So just like the rivers enter into ocean. So what will happen when a river enter into ocean? That cannot agitate the ocean, right? Nothing happens, no, for the ocean. So similarly, so much of desires come to our mind. So, but then we should not get distracted. Means we should not keep fulfilling the desires, it is said. If you're if we are fulfilling those desires one after the other, the other new one will come. So there's no end for it. So he says that person who is able to control his desires will attain shanti, that is peace, not the one who goes on satisfying his go behind his desires, no, goes behind and satisfying, that is said in this verse. So yeah, so many things, and what we can do, like to fix ourselves in the, in the spiritual life, we have to hear more and more from people who have also struggled, but then who have not given up. No, hear the stories of acharyas, or read them, and read Prabhupada Leelamrita only. No, so many instances are there. I mean, it was not easy at all for Prabhupada to establish this movement. So much struggle he has undergone, and even so we can understand that by reading his book. So which will give us hope, right? So though, like whatever situation we are, we can always practice. Like we have examples of Sanatana Goswami and Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, like though they were working for the a Muslim ruler, they had made their home as Vrindavan, it is said, like it's like secret inside, nobody would know. They had all paraphernalia for worship, and very nicely they did, and but for outside they looked very materialistic person. And so similarly, we not become indifferent to our family members, we can always be for them, right? But then same time in the heart we can always have Krishna, and try to chant more and more. Prabhupada has given us 16 rounds. That is the minimum one has to do. And try to complete the chanting in Brahma Muhurta as far as possible. If there's anything pending, then like 3 or 4 rounds or 5 rounds, something like that, then you can do it in the day only. Don't try to postpone to next day. So, okay. So how Krishna, for a pure devotee, fulfills all desires without even asking, right? So any examples? Any example from Shastras where Krishna protects the devotee unconditionally, like even they are in any, they are in any problems or anything, Krishna is always there and guiding them in the heart. He's giving the supreme knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita
Prahlad
also you
Maharaj.
can. Yes.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yeah. Can you tell Prabhuji 2 lines how we can understand how? Yeah.
Despite being troubled by his father, he had so much of faith in Krishna that he used to
Yes. Protect, right?
guide and
Right. Yeah. See, actually unflinching faith, right? So he was least worried, he was like so much faith he had on the Lord that even his father tried to kill him so many times, wanted to put him in fire, and I mean poisonous sake. He was put in where there were so many poisonous snakes. Nothing could harm him. So Krishna is there who is protecting the who blindly believe the Lord. So we have many examples like that. Just like how Dhrumaraj, was able to see the Lord. So even there is a story of one in this is in Kanakada. Kanakada, no, it's not Kanakada. There was a devotee, I don't remember the name. Actually, he was once bitten by a snake, and Lord knew, and Lord comes in dream and he tells him also that you are bitten. Are you not aware? Like nothing happened. Actually, even poisonous snakes, it didn't go to his body. Actually, he should die. No, nothing had happened. And he said, "No, I don't know." Like when I mean, because he was chanting and dancing in kirtan and doing puja, he didn't know. And he said that, "How do I know? I don't know. Like, yeah, why should I be worried? Even if I die, if I die, I will go back to again Vaikunta and I'll be doing the same service. And why should I be worried even if if the snake has bite or not? That he's not evil. He didn't even know that the snake had come and bitten." So that was his, so much of engrossed in devotional service. And there was another devotee, if you have heard any of you, Andal. Andal, actually, she's a great devotee of Lord Vishnu. So actually, she was her in-laws, no, not sorry, not in-laws. That is Mirabai. So she was actually preparing garland for the Lord every day. First, she used to wear that and give it, and everybody started criticizing that no, it is muchi, right? Like because she has used it, it become impure, and then she's offering to Lord, and they stopped it, and they told she should not do that, and Lord comes in the dream of the priest, head priest, and he tells no. I want only that garland which is put by Andal and then offered to me. So that is what reciprocation Krishna does, and with the pure devotees. So there are many examples where similar examples, like Mirabai also, like no, she had a in family like they were not supporting her devotional service, and they tried to kill her also by giving poison. But even and she took name of the Lord and drank poison, and nothing happened to her. So there are so many example things we can see where uh, everything is achieved by a devotee of the Lord, who are free of materialistic desire, no, who is free and become pure by engaging in devotional service. Such people Krishna will protect. So yeah, we'll go to the next verse. Yes, Kamar Prabhu mentions his mercy. Yes, Prabhu, that is what I'm saying. Uh, his mercy is there. Only then one can engage in devotional service. 824.53. त्वं त्वामहं देववरं वरेण्यं प्रपद्य ईशं प्रतिबोधनाय चिन्धि अर्तादीपैर्भगवान् वचोभिर्ग्रन्थीन् हृदयान् विवृणु स्वम् ओकः त्वं त्वामहं देववरं वरेण्यं
त्वं देववरं वरेण्यं
प्रपद्य ईशां प्रतिबोधनाय
प्रतिबोधनाय
चिन्धि अर्थदीपैर्भगवान्
चिन्त्यर्थदीपैर्भगवान् वचोभिः
ग्रन्थीन् हृदयान् विवृणु स्वमोकः
ग्रन्थीन् हृदयान् विवृणु स्वमोकः
त्वं त्वामहं देववरं वरेण्यं प्रपद्य ईशं प्रतिबोधनाय
प्रपद्येषां प्रतिबोधाय
हिंदी अर्थदीपैर्भगवान् वचोभिर्
अर्थदीपान् वचोभिः
ग्रन्थीन् हृदयान् विवृणु स्वम् ओकः Who wants to read translation?
Can I read, Mataji?
Yeah.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O Supreme Lord, for self-realization, I surrender unto you, who are worshipped by the demigods as the supreme controller of everything. By your instructions, exposing life's purpose, kindly cut the knot from the core of my heart and let me know the destination of my life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sometimes it is argued that people do not know who is a spiritual master and that finding a spiritual master from whom to get enlightenment in regard to the destination of life is very difficult. To answer all these questions, King Satyavrata shows us the way to accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the real spiritual master. The Supreme Lord has given full directions in Bhagavad Gita about how to deal with everything in this material world and how to return home back to Godhead. Therefore, one should not be misled by so-called gurus who are rascals and fools. Rather, one should directly see the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the guru or instructor. It is difficult, however, to understand Bhagavad Gita without the help of the guru. Therefore, the Guru appears in the Parampara system. In Bhagavad Gita 4.34, the Supreme Personality of Godhead recommends Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Lord Krishna directly instructed Arjuna. Arjuna is therefore Tattvadarshi or Guru. Arjuna accepted the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan. Similarly, following in the footsteps of Sri Arjuna, who is a personal devotee of the Lord, one should accept the supremacy of Lord Krishna as supported by Vyasa, Devala, Asita, Narada, and later by the Acharyas Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka, and Vishnu Swami, and still later by the greatest Acharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where then is the difficulty in finding a guru? If one is sincere, he can find the guru and learn everything. One should take lessons from the guru and find out the goal of life. Maharaja Satyavrata therefore shows us the way of the Mahajana. Mahajano yena gataha sapantaha. One should surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Dashavatara, and learn from him about the spiritual world and the goal of life. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Translation. O Supreme Lord, for self-realization, as I surrender unto you, who are worshipped by the demigods as the supreme controller of everything. By your instructions, exposing life's purpose, kindly cut the knot from the core of my heart and let me know the destination of my life. So now Satyavrata Muni, not Muni, the king. So he is surrendering to the Lord. Right? No, only Krishna reveals when there is a surrender. Right? Like how, like in the chapter 1 of Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna was, ready to fight with all his family members, and actually he gives them later, after seeing the army, he was completely changed. Actually, he comes into the bodily platform, and he gives reasons like, I don't want to fight this war. No, I want to give up. And he gives so many reasons to the Lord. No, what were the reasons he gives that I can't fight? Arjuna gives 5 reasons. No, what are the 5 reasons in the chapter 1? No enjoyment,
Compassion,
compassion,
family
family.
ties.
Yeah, family. Yeah, because family culture. No, it will be get destruction of family culture, like that he says. If I kill, yes, and
Sinful reactions.
sinful reactions, no enjoyment,
No
and and he says that he is unable to fix himself, right? I mean, indecisive. So these are the reasons which Arjuna says, I can't. And then in chapter 2, Krishna, he submits himself. He surrenders completely, says that कार्पण्यदोषोपहतः स्वभावः पृच्छामि त्वां धर्मसम्मूढचेताः यच्छ्रेयस्यान्निश्चितं ब्रूहि तन्मे शिष्यस्तेऽहं शाधिमां त्वां प्रपन्नम्. So there he submit his weakness, that he is not able to decide what is good for him. So please accept me as your disciple. I surrender unto you, he says. And then only Krishna reveals the knowledge. Similarly, we can also pray the Lord when we are struggling. In our prayers, always we can ask, like, Krishna, please guide me. No? So whatever is our problem, or we are not able to, we are finding difficulty, surely Krishna will guide us. So here he's saying that, so even the Devatas, everybody consider Krishna as supreme. Even Arjuna in the chapter 10, right? So after Krishna explains, Arjuna, sorry, he says, shows his all vibhutis and all, right? So there Arjuna says that everybody have accepted all the asilo devalo vyasaha swayam chaiva pravishimi. All of them, including the sages Narada, Asita, all great sages have accepted that you are Supreme Lord, and now you yourself, you are telling this to me. No, I accept as it is, he says. So the instructions of the Lord are there, and we have to go in the path of Arjuna. Here, Prabhupada says, right? Arjuna is also Sri Arjuna, no? Somewhere Prabhupada mentions Arjuna. Yeah. Where was that?
Following in the footsteps of Sri Arjuna.
Where is it? I saw somewhere.
Fourth line,
After this
Mataji.
shloka,
Yeah. Yes. So similarly, following the footsteps of Sri Arjuna means after hearing from Lord how we became fixed, right? It says, Stitosmi gata sandeha karishye vachanam tava. Yeah, Krishna actually, after giving all instructions, he asked, have you all your ignorance gone? He asked him. Then he says, yes, Krishna. Now I am fixed. I will fight. Because he wanted to give up the war, being a Kshatriya. Actually, for Kshatriya, they can't, it's considered cowardness to give up on war. No? But Krishna didn't encourage, like, you have to give up everything and go into forest or meditate upon God. So these things are not recommended, right? And this is just even in Dwapar Yuga, and of course not for Kali Yuga, no, not at all for Kali Yuga. This is not recommended. So that is why Prabhupada is saying here, we have to follow the footsteps, how he accepted the instructions of the Lord and he executed his service. So here we can see the four bona fide acharyas, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarka Acharya, and Vishnu Swami, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, somebody can tell the sampradayas belonging to them. Ramanujacharya is belong to which sampradaya? Which sampradaya? Ramanujacharya. Okay, what are the four sampradayas? First tell me the sampradaya names.
Kumara Sampradaya, Rudra
Brahma
Sampradaya,
Sampradaya.
Sri Sampradaya, and Brahma Sampradaya.
Yeah. So Kumara Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Brahma Madhava Gaudiya. No, that is our. So Sri Sampradaya. So Sri Sampradaya Acharya is who?
Sri Sampradaya is what you call it?
Ramanujacharya. Sri Sampradaya is Ramanujacharya. And Madhvacharya is?
Brahma Madhava Gaudiya.
Brahma.
Brahma Sampradaya. Actually, there is a Brahma Sampradaya who is Acharya is Madhvacharya, and we come in the same lineage where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further, he gave the Gaudiya philosophy, and we included Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, which is ISKCON, right? Which like Prabhupada later gave ISKCON name. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave this Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. So this one, Nimbakar Acharya is for who?
Rudra.
Yeah, and Vishnu Swami is for?
Kumara Sampradaya.
Yeah, Nimbarkar is for Kumar Sampradaya, and Vishnu Swami is for Rudra Sampradaya. Okay, so these are the four. Actually, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took two principles from each of the Sampradayas. He has accepted. He not accepted everything, but two. So from the Sri Sampradaya, so I'll just say like the philosophy given by Sri Ramanujacharya, they said that living entities and Lord are different but inseparable, like we are part and parcel, right? And since our position is of a servant, we have to engage in the devotional service. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took here devotion and seva from Sri Sampradaya. And Rudra Sampradaya, they said that world is real. World is real and inseparably connected with the Lord. Means everything is Lord creation. It's non-different from the Lord. And then pure devotion. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Prabhu took devotion, pure devotion to Krishna, right? So here in Sri Sampradaya, they worship Vishnu, Lord Narayana, along with Lakshmi, and in Rudra Sampradaya, they worship Krishna. No? The deity is Vishnu. Sorry, it's Vishnu, and in Kumara Sampradaya, so the deity is Radha Krishna. And what is the philosophy? So it's similar to the Achintya Bheda Veda, where they gave that soul and God are simultaneously one and distinct. And the example, the analogy is sun and the sun rays. So we can't say that sun rays is different from sun rays, right? Because it's emanating from that same thing. So we are also like part and parcel of the Lord, including all devatas, everybody, because the devatas are also part of. I mean, they come after Brahma only. And Brahma, we know, like Brahma has come from the navel, lotus navel of from the lotus, like which came from the navel of the Lord, right? So another they gave is devotion to Radha and Krishna. That is being central for them in the devotional service for in the Kumara Sampradaya. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Radha Krishna worship and the Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. He has given like Achintya Bheda Bheda, that simultaneously one and different. And Brahma Sampradaya, so they said that Krishna is the supreme. So that was accepted by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So basically Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva, saying that we are simultaneously same and different. And the examples we see that just like the quality, qualitatively one, quantitatively we differ with the Lord. Like just like a salt in the ocean, and a drop in the ocean also is salty, but we cannot compare a drop to the ocean. So similarly, that is our position, the living entity and the Lord. And other one is in how to worship, that Madhurya Rasa was given. Actually, in our same Sampradaya, Madhavendra Puri, right, was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru is Ishwara Puri. Ishwara Puri's guru is Madhavendra Puri. Because in Madhvacharya didn't give that Madhurya Rasa, there was no discussion. Actually, in Bhagavatam also, they don't read more than chapter 10. They don't. Because their instructed like that, their disciples don't read after chapter 10, canto 10, not chapter 10, canto 10. So, but this was given by we are able to understand all these pastimes of Radha and Krishna, especially given by our acharyas, and Prabhupada has taken from all those books and given us so nicely in Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita. So these details, like confidential pastimes of the Radha and Krishna, is accessible only in Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. No? So Prabhupada says that these are the what is the Mahajanas. Mahajano enagata panta. So one has to follow the path which they have followed, like how they accepted Guru and how they followed their instruction. So similarly, we have to also follow the instructions in the footsteps of all these great people. So in the 10 offenses also in Padma Purana, it is said that a spiritual master, the third instruction says, never to be considered, never disrespect towards the spiritual master and consider him to be a ordinary person, right? Because he is considered, he is like God, no? Sakshat Daritrena Samasta Shastre. So without the mercy of the Lord and spiritual master, because Krishna is always there in their heart, right? So if we displease them, then obviously Krishna will not be pleased. So because they have given up everything, their life to Krishna and engaged in this unalloyed devotional service, one should not blaspheme or anything. And even it is said, even we should not offend Vaishnavas also. It is said, Hatimata. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that to Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, we see that if we offend any devotee, that is like a mad elephant offense. That is that will destroy all our Bhakti Lata Bij. Means whatever bhakti, little bit of bhakti we have done also, or we have developed, so that also will be destroyed if we do that. So if there are any misunderstanding, it is better to directly speak to them and clarify it instead of bad mouthing or talking from behind. No, these are all not good. It will only spoil our devotional service, because Krishna is pleased with them. That is why they are engaged in the service of the Lord. So this is the so we can in their lives we can see how, like, the words of Guru, how they are followed. If we see the lives of the acharyas, if we read, we will know how much test they do before they accept them as a disciple. It's not easy, no? So yeah. Okay, I think this is the last. This is the end. This is the ending is there. We'll just read the translation. Shri Shuka Uvach. Let's only read the translation. So Shukadeva Goswami continued, when Satyavrata had thus prayed to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who had assumed the form of fish, the Lord, while moving into the water of inundation, explained to him the absolute truth. So we know, like, how it started. So there was going to, the millennium had to come to an end, and Lord tells, when he comes in the form of fish, to Satyavrata Muni, king, that I will come and save you and other species, and the saints, 7 Saptarushis, and all the living entities, all the seeds you have to take. So come inside a boat, and then think about me, and I will appear, and I'm going to take you all. Only save those people, and rest the world is going to get. We know, like, by the end of Brahma day, every creation and annihilation happens. So at the time of this annihilation, so Lord revealed him all this knowledge to him, right? With this, we come to an end. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnava